Kratka! So glad you asked. I'm gonna be telling you guys my story, how I came to be. Someone said I look like a TikTok boy. Her name was Abby Hamilton. Because of that, I started making TikTok videos. There were like 3 people dominating the app at the time, and I looked at it and I was like, yo, I think I could do it better. I remember the first video I ever made on TikTok was me jumping on my bed. It was terrible, but I was very, very persistent with it. And I told myself, yo, I'm gonna make videos every day. And in Boca, in Florida, that was not a thing. People weren't really TikTokers. No one was making content. And I was just like, yo, I want to do this. I think I did POVs. I got to like 300,000 followers and I was living in this apartment complex. Then I got jumped. When I got jumped, they like broke my face. They broke my occipital bone. It just messed me up entirely. It made me really paranoid. Like it gave me severe PTSD. It was not cool. I blew up on TikTok from 300,000 to 800,000. People loved that I had a terrible black eye, I guess. I don't even know what it was. I wound up not feeling safe in Boca anymore. I don't know whether it was paranoia and I felt like people were following me or people were really, really following me, but whatever it is, I felt like I had to get out of Boca. I was like, screw it. I'm gonna move to Los Angeles. And I was making no money on TikTok. I was just like, it. This is what I want to do. I started driving across the country like 3 days after I got jumped. If anything terrible happens in my life, I'm always like, no, I'm gonna make this the best thing to ever happen to me. So getting jumped was really the thing, pushed me to make the move. And it wasn't like I made the move out of ambition. I really made the move out of fear. I was kind of scared. I was like, screw it, why not? LA seems cool. I have hundreds of thousands of followers. Wasn't making a dime, but screw it. I just didn't know what to do for like months, literally months. My grandparents were supporting me. Thank goodness. I accidentally moved into Koreatown, but like a terrible part of Koreatown. It was the ghetto. I was living in the ghetto of Los Angeles, or one of the ghettos of Los Angeles. One day my grandpa came and visited me and he saw where I was living and he said, Nicholas, this is not okay. We gotta move you somewhere else. We wound up finding a place in the valley that was pretty nice. That's where I'm at right now. I don't live in Koreatown anymore. I met another buddy of mine named Sebastian. Sebastian taught me how to make viral content. He blew up this lawyer on TikTok from 0 to 5.5 million followers in like 3 months. Took over TikTok with it. When I saw what Sebastian was doing with it, this lawyer, I was like, wow, this is incredible. This is what I want to do. And I started to really look up to Sebastian. I would just sit next to him and watch him edit and listen to him talk. I was absorbing information at an alarming rate. So I actually met a guy named James, and James kind of started to teach me things as well. He started to teach me special effects. So Sebastian taught me how to make viral content, and James taught me how to do special effects. While I was in Florida, I had made a video that went viral. It got like 16 million views of me going to the dentist. It got me to like 250,000 followers, but I didn't really have a dental plug. Like I wasn't able to just go to the dentist every day. I was in Los Angeles and I wasn't making any money. I was pretty much just struggling. And Sebastian had told me, hey, I have a dental client. Maybe it was James, I don't know. Someone told me they had a dental client and I was like, oh my God. I went to the dentist once and it blew up. Take me there. Let's see what we can do. And dude, it was a hit. It just blew up, bro. Like every video, 5 million, 5 million, 10 million, 5 million, blowing up. That summer, I went from 800,000 followers to, it must have been 5 million followers or 3 million followers. I'm not sure. It's a year ago at this point. That is how I originally blew up. That started a whole journey of a grind. That taught me, yo, it's time. You got to capitalize on this. This is what you got to do. I must have been 20 years old, 20 or 21. Writing skit after skit. And I would go and I would fly across the country to one dentist, film a bunch of content with them, fly across the country to another dentist, film a bunch of content with them. And then eventually Sebastian started to say, hey, you know how to make viral content. Let's start making viral content for other people. And Sebastian was already doing this. This is like Sebastian's thing. If you want to get in contact with Sebastian because you want to blow up, send me a DM. I started doing comedic skits with white collar professionals, dentists, lawyers, plastic surgeons. And I started to realize there is a talent here. I obviously know how to write skits. I started hanging out with Sebastian so much that he taught me how to just make viral content for anyone. How to make it so that you can blow up anyone on social media. TikTok was not paying anything. In 2021, I got 2 billion views across the platform and they didn't pay me a cent. I got like 2 or 3 brand deals. I think I made about $4,000 that summer. And that's it. Not even from content, just from like crappy brand deals. But Sebastian started to put me on to other white collar professionals. He was like, yo, Nick, I have a white collar professional that wants to blow up. Let's do this. This whole perfect storm just started to happen. It was honestly great because Sebastian is my fucking boy. It would be like, yo, how do we fit this dentist or this lawyer into the script? And it was so funny because we would laugh because these storylines on my end were like, yo, this lawyer just screwed me over. This dentist just slept with me after I slept with her daughter. Like they were the craziest storylines. And these people were paying us to blow them up. And don't get me wrong, it was highly beneficial for these people. I think the first dentist I ever worked with was Ryan Savage. And that was the one I really worked with. And I got him from 0 to 350,000 followers in like 2 or 3 months. And not me. It was like me, Sebastian, or it was like me and James. James wound up working with Ryan very closely. We were just blowing up all these people, having a blast doing it, making money doing it. It was a time, dude. It was a great time. It got to the point where I realized like TikTok just was not paying its creators. Like I was getting all this stuff and I was blowing up other people, but there was just no longevity in TikTok. At least from my perspective. And don't get me wrong, you can make good money on TikTok, especially if you grind it out, but they don't pay for their content at all. They pay terrible for their content. On top of that, it's all highly dependent on brand deals. You're not even in control of your own income when you're on TikTok. It's totally depending on whether someone else hits you up, and you can have millions of views every single video, but it doesn't matter. I got to this point where I was like, okay, this is stupid. I'm gonna start posting my content on other platforms. Then I went to YouTube and Snapchat, and YouTube and Snapchat started paying me. That gave me the realization, wow, what am I doing on TikTok? Yeah, I have millions of followers on there, but what's it for? I can't make a living on there. I can make a living making content for other people, but the longevity is in other platforms. As a content creator, if you just make content, you could repurpose it to any platform. Because I realized that, I was like, yo, time to start investing in other content platforms like YouTube. Now I'm on this journey. My why is because I want to inspire and motivate people. I feel like there's no one on social media for kids to look up to. There's no one that's a good influence these days. Everyone's drinking on social media. Everyone's burning. Social media has become this big joke, this big game. I want to change that. I want to be a good influence.